Hallo, herzlich willkommen bei Shilog. Wie angedroht ist diese Woche Demo-Woche, um etwas kürzere Spiele zu spielen, weil ich nicht so lange am Computer sitzen kann. Das ist die Demo zu The Letter, wie ihr da seht. Das ist eine Graphic Visual Horror Novel. 20 Euro on Steam. Auf Steam. Ich bin schon voll eingeenglischt. Ja, mein Mann hat die Demo runtergeladen. Das ist vielleicht bei einem Spiel mit 20 Euro nicht ganz verkehrt. Es hat, wenn ich das jetzt richtig sehe, keine deutsche Sprache. Das heißt, es ist auf Englisch. Das heißt, es ist viel Text auf Englisch. Das heißt, dieses Let's Play wird halb Deutsch, halb Englisch sein. Ich werde den Text auf Englisch vorlesen, denn sonst werden wir alle verrückt. Ich beim Versuch, alles zu übersetzen und ihr beim Versuch, mir dabei zuzusehen. Ja, egal. Meine Kommentare werden deutsch sein, klar, aber den Text werde ich auf Englisch vorlesen. So, genug gequatscht. Ich weiß, ich quatsche immer zu lange vorher. Es tut mir leid. Ein bisschen. Prolog. The Ermengarde Mansion. It was built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde of Luxbourne, humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people. Both were well known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Under their influence and wealth, what was once a small, sleepy village grew to a prosperous and bustling town. However, the seasons of joy eventually ended when the good nobles perished at the hands of a great plague. Das ist traurig. Their riches and legacy were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion has stood since the 1620s, a witness to a very long history of joy and pain. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, the great house was eventually left uninhabited. And that is when it began. Dun, dun, dun. Surrounding villagers spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, of cries and howls that filled the night, and hearsay of a mysterious woman roaming the hollowed halls aimlessly. People who dared enter these walls were simply never heard from again. Never heard of again, oder? Even after 400 years, these stories remain, much like the house itself. Whispers about the once great house, its legend and its curse still fall upon the villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. Ich weiß nicht, wie man Hoax auf Englisch ausspricht, ehrlich gesagt. With a little regard for the truth, they had Briar Realty Corporation place the property back on sale. Ach ja, wenn ihr glaubt, das Haus ist harmlos, warum wohnt ihr nicht selber da drin? Statt es unschuldigen Leuten zu verkaufen? Like Pandora's box, the secrets that lie inside await to be discovered by brave souls. No matter what happens, take care not to be consumed by the curse. Good luck. Ja, das werden wir brauchen. Isabella. Da steht aber Rose. Just saying. Und da steht New.
Hello?
Oh.
Isabella? Are you there? Where are you?
Okay, die Dialoge offenbar vertont. A familiar jittery voice comes from the other end.
Oh, hey Rose! I'm at St. Goretti High. What's the matter?
Guck mal, wie fröhlich sie aussieht. Ach ja, falls ihr es nicht gemerkt habt, das Spiel ist im Anime-Style. Auch nicht unbedingt mein Fall, aber ich muss zugestehen, dass sehr viele Spiele, die so im Anime-Style sind, auch viele Comics und Filme, von der Story her wirklich gut sind. Viele auch nicht, aber Anime ist jetzt wirklich nicht alles nur bekloppter Hentai oder Kinderscheiß.
What do you mean, what's the matter?
Ja.
Is the mansion silly? I'm here and you're late. Jeez, we're on shift together. You promised. Oh my God, please don't tell me you forgot. You were planning on leaving me to check this place out on my own, weren't you? You chickened out.
Ich glaube, Rose ist sauer. Kein Wunder, wenn sie allein in einem verfluchten Haus rumrennen muss.
Calm down. You know I take my promises seriously.
I'd like to believe that. So hurry up and get here. This place is huge. A bit too quiet since no one's lived here since, like, forever, but beautiful nonetheless.
Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there.
I know. I just wish I could live in a place like this.
Huh.
It really takes my breath away.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the rumors that it's haunted.
Naja, wenn es da spukt, könnte es wortwörtlich den Atem rauben.
Jeez, never mind those rumors. Ghosts aren't real after all.
Yeah.
And even if they are, which they are not, they can't do anything.
Also, dass sie nicht an Geister glaubt, ist eine Sache, aber davon auszugehen, dass wenn es Geister gäbe, sie einem ja nichts tun könnten, ich weiß nicht. Also ich habe Ghostbusters gesehen, so ein Klasse 5 Geist kann einiges tun. Von der Klasse 7 ganz zu schweigen.
They're nothing but spirits.
Okay, Klasse 6 auch. Ich glaube, 1 und 2 sind harmlos. Ja.
You don't know that. They might be listening or watching right now, and they might not be happy with you enough to curse you.
Ja, mach Rose noch Angst.
No offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Believe it or not, it's better to be careful.
Das stimmt.
Right. You know, not every property we sell will end up with a dead body stuffed in a sofa.
Warum sagt sie das?
I think that mansion is where we'll likely find another one. I can feel it.
Okay, haben Sie mal eine Leiche in einem Sofa gefunden? Also die beiden scheinen ja Maklerinnen zu sein. Sie wollen dieses Haus verkaufen. Vielleicht haben sie tatsächlich mal in einer ihrer Wohnungen, die sie verkaufen wollten, eine Leiche gefunden. Kann ja sein, ne? Als Makler findest du wahrscheinlich so einiges in verlassenen Wohnungen.
That was one time, Isabella. Loosen up.
Echt, one time, entspann dich mal. Findet sie einmal eine Leiche, schon wird sie hysterisch.
Wait, just get here ASAP, please. I'm getting bored being here on my own.
Nicht alleine rumlaufen, warte draußen.
Fine. Let me just finish up here. I'll be right there soon.
Nicht allein ins Haus gehen.
Okay, see you. Bye.
Oder ist sie schon drin? Steht sie vorm Haus? Ich weiß nicht, ich habe nicht aufgepasst. She hangs up before I can respond. So, jetzt gucke ich mir das hier mal an. Hier ist nichts. Okay. Achso, Profile. Isabella. Okay. Geboren 28. Mai. 26 Jahre. Oh, die ist klein. Hi. Ja, okay. Maklerin, Philippiner. Römisch-katholisch. Keine Ahnung, warum das wichtig ist. Fine Arts Undergraduate. Okay, irgendein Kunstabschluss. Undergraduate. Ist das ein Bachelor? Keine Ahnung. Sie mag Zimtrollen, Hunde. Okay, Hunde sind wohl okay. Essen. Das ist nicht sehr spezifisch, aber okay. Police Procedural Dramas. Achso, das ist eine Form von Fernsehgenre. Okay, Police Drama. Comedies und Karaoke. Sehr gut. Sie ist das dritte von 7 Kindern, einer Waschfrau und Jeepney Driver, keine Ahnung, was das ist. Durchschnittliche Studentin, aber Kunst lag ihr sehr. Okay, sie hat einen Abschluss, aber dann wurde ihr Vater krank und sie musste mit dem Studieren aufhören, um Geld zu machen. Deshalb ist sie nur Undergraduate, nehme ich mal an. Nicht, dass das was Schlechtes wäre. Ihre Tante hat ihr dann geholfen, bei diesem BRC, was war das? Briar Reality Corporation, einen Job zu bekommen. Und vor 5 Jahren hat sie ihre Nachbarin Rebecca getroffen. Und Ashton während eines unglücklichen Zwischenfalls bei ihrem ersten Verkauf. Vielleicht war das die Leiche im Sofa. Und später dann Zachary. Okay, das sind diese Menschen hier, über die wir jetzt noch nichts wissen. Wo ist Rose? Oh nein, ist Rose schon tot in dem Haus? Sie hat kein eigenes Profil. Na toll. Was ist das hier? Du hast einen Hilferuf in deinem Tagebuch, Isabella. Du solltest mal was unternehmen. Was war das hier noch? Ah, okay. Ah, das ist unser Verhältnis zu den Personen. Diese Hannah mag uns scheinbar nicht besonders. Okay, das sind wir selber. Zachary mag uns. Marianne, würde ich sagen, ist genau in der Mitte. Rebecca mag uns auch. Ashton ist auch genau in der Mitte. Und Luke mag uns nicht besonders. Ich weiß nicht, wer diese Menschen sind. Deshalb ist das wahrscheinlich egal. Ja. Rose, still charming as ever.
Who is that?
Wer bist du? I look up from my phone to see Rebecca, ihre Nachbarin, Becca, giving me a questioning look. Geht dich gar nichts an?
Oh, that? It's just Rose.
Rose? The one you said who trained you for your job back when you started?
Ja, und?
You're working together again?
Ist sie eifersüchtig oder was? Ja gut, sie mochte uns sehr. Jetzt steht sie auf Isabella.
Just for this property. We've been scoping out that big mansion down Anselm Village after the renovations. Today's sort of its grand opening to the public. The RC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon.
Sehr vernünftig.
Oh, wait, mansion? That big spooky one you've been telling everyone about?
Entschuldigung, dieser Gesichtsausdruck.
Didn't you keep saying how it just gave you the creeps? You actually went there? And you're going back?
Sicher. Tough like that.
Well, I did promise Rose I wouldn't ditch her.
Genau. Die könnte schon tot sein. Sie hat kein Profil. Beeil dich mal.
And besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
As soon as those words leave my mouth, Becca lets out a soft chuckle. Ich entschuldige mich übrigens, falls ich im Englischen irgendetwas falsch ausspreche.
What's so funny?
Falls jemand Englisch Native Speaker ist. Ich tue das nicht, um deine Sprache zu beleidigen.
Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from you, it sounds so out of character.
Soll das heißen, Isabella ist normalerweise verantwortungslos in ihrem Job? Es ist so out of character, dass du sagst, Job ist Job.
I mean, no offense, but you've been freaking out about the place being creepy ever since you got assigned to it. Cursed rumors and all. I honestly thought you'd back out.
Not all the time. I could really use a huge amount of cash right now, and this is just the fastest way to get it. Plus, listen to this. Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible, and the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus.
Okay, sie braucht ja offenbar Geld, um ihre Familie zu unterstützen. Ihr Vater ist ja krank. Deshalb arbeitet sie trotz ihres Kunstabschlusses als Maklerin.
They never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier. They're desperate, I'm desperate, it's perfect.
Ja, Verzweiflung ist die Basis jeder guten Geschäftsbeziehung. A sympathetic look crosses her face.
You know, if you're really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me.
Ich weiß nicht. Rosa-haarige Frau.
Or Ashton. We can always let you borrow, and you can pay us back whenever.
I have to keep myself from groaning out loud. In the years I've known her, I can already tell what to expect once she has that expression.
Becca!
I've noticed that you've been living off instant noodles these past few weeks.
She crosses her arms and grimaces at the thought. Jetzt mag ich sie schon nicht mehr. Ich hasse es, wenn Menschen die Ess- und Lebensgewohnheiten anderer kommentieren. Das ist none of your business. Her voice slightly rises as she begins to scold me. Hallo, sind wir nicht irgendwie gleich alt oder so? Instantly, I'm reminded why Becca excels at teaching boisterous teenagers.
Stop eating junk. They're cheap, but they're not good for you.
Ich bin kein boisterous Teenager.
You'll definitely end up in the hospital if you keep at it.
Ich meine, ich bin... Moment. Ich bin zwar nur 1,58 groß, aber 26 Jahre alt. Okay, ich schätze mal, die Antwort hierauf beeinflusst unsere Beziehung. Und was ich so aus anderen Horror-Games mit dieser Art von Mechanik kenne, ist es immer besser, eine gute Beziehung zu haben. Eigentlich möchte ich das sagen, weil es sie alles nichts angeht. Ganz im Ernst. Wenn sie nicht gerade Mörder oder Vergewaltiger sind, kommentiert nicht die Lebensgewohnheiten anderer Menschen. Das ist doof, das ist übergriffig. Aber wir sind einfach mal, wir benehmen uns wie das Kind, das sie uns, als dass sie uns behandelt. Ich esse wohl andere Sachen.
I eat other things too.
Ja, ist besser geworden. Ich wette, wenn ich ihr gesagt hätte, dass sie nicht meine Mutter ist, er nicht. I fold my arms across my chest, mimicking her posture and giving her the best frown I can muster, the same one I'd use with my younger siblings when they're being difficult. Instead, she only raises an eyebrow at me.
It's not going to work on me. And I saw it when you were cleaning your flat last week.
Beobachte mich doch.
The instant noodle cups outnumber everything else.
You're just exaggerating. Did you even see what's in my cupboard yet? I'm not just living on instant noodles alone. I've got canned beans, peas, tuna, ham, and even hamburgers in there.
Okay, das wird ihr Argument jetzt nicht unbedingt stärken, von wegen gesund essen, aber das geht ihr einfach nichts an. Becca's wrinkling her nose by the time I get to the end of the small list. She even went a little green on the last one. Ah ja, man sieht's. I would have laughed a little at that if I didn't know it would only lead to more reprimands from her.
Aren't those the same ones you won from the grocer's raffle more than a year ago?
Hallo, canned food, das hält sich.
Oh, I sincerely hope you're checking the date stamps on those things before eating them. I don't want a repeat of last year. In any case, those are still not exactly healthier choices, Belle.
Hallo, Thunfisch? Da ist voll viel von diesem Zeug drin, das in Fischen drin ist, das voll gut ist für uns. Wie heißt das? Omega irgendwas. She shakes her head, possibly laughing at some funny distant memory. When she looks up, I immediately brace myself. More words from her. Oh nein, Worte. Sometimes it's just better to let Becca talk until she's out of things to say. Frage ist, wie lange es bei ihr dauert. But when she turns her attention back to me, there's only warmth in her smile.
What am I going to do with you?
Kann die Isabella noch mehr wie ein Kind behandeln? She says this more to herself than me, her voice shifting to something kinder, even motherly, if I'm looking for the exact word.
I hope you know that it's impossible not to worry about you when you're like this. You don't have to keep eating the same thing.
Vielleicht mag ich Instant Noodles?
I already told you before. You're always free to reheat food in my fridge.
Thanks, Becca. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep babying me.
Ich weiß, sie hat das anders gemeint, aber ich frage mich schon, wie ich Essen im Kühlschrank aufwärmen soll. Das funktioniert nicht.
You've been taking care of me since after I moved here. You have to take a break sometime. And before you ask again, no. You know I'm not a fan of borrowing money. And I'm not going to ask you to give me what you earned hard for yourself.
Nimm den Finger runter.
You and your pride.
Danke.
But suit yourself. The offer stays on the table, though.
I'm not in response, if only to get her drop the topic. But I'm pretty certain I will never take that offer. Ever. It has nothing to do with pride. I've simply seen plenty of times how friendships can take a turn for the worse just because of a few unpaid debts. I don't want something like that to happen between me and Becca. We may argue about a lot of small petty things, but she already feels like a real sister to me. Like a real annoying sister. I don't want to lose that friendship over something so trivial. Becca's movements when she takes a quick glance at something behind me snaps me out of my thoughts.
Well, enough chit-chat. Lunch is ending, and my students will be back any minute. We can catch up later.
Ja, dann kannst du deine Schüler maßregeln.
Good luck with your clients. You better treat us to lunch or something if you get that sale.
You bet!
Ja, wie glücklich sie aussieht. With a small smile, she returns to her desk and begins sifting through the pages. Sifting? Of a rather thick history book. She's probably working on next week's lesson plan. Or trying, at least. Her eyes are distant and she doesn't seem too attentive to whatever is on the page. As if she heard my thoughts, Becca starts coughing heavily, her hands hastily going to her mouth to stifle the sounds. Ah, this is precisely why I followed her here. For someone who takes a habit out of worrying about other people, Becca sure forgets how to take care of herself.
Hey, you sure you can manage on your own? I mean, you're still a bit feverish.
Sie geht mit Fieber arbeiten und hat den Nerv, über Isabellas Essgewohnheiten zu urteilen.
Hush, dear. Don't you worry about me. I'll just drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain.
I level her with a flat look. She has had a cold for a couple of days now, something about the strange weather not agreeing with her lately. And despite my advice to take the week off and rest, I found her apartment empty when I dropped by this morning. She even left the medicine her doctor prescribed. Look who's being stubborn now.
You shouldn't even be working right now.
Seriously, you big baby. I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you.
Stimmt, Rose ist auch immer noch im Cursed Haus. Dieses ganze Drama hier hat mich das völlig vergessen lassen.
I'll call you if I still feel bad, and you can come pick me up if it makes you feel any better.
She offers me a reassuring smile and I can only sigh. Why do I even bother? There is no stopping her once she has decided on something. Defeated, I reach inside my bag to pull out the same bottle of medicine she left earlier. She looks at it warily when I place it in front of her. Unfortunately for her, this is one thing I'm not letting her have her way.
All right, but don't forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time. I'll see you later, okay?
There's an amused gleam in her eyes when she shifts them back to me.
Look who's playing the mother hen now.
Rebecca!
Was ist das für ein Gesicht?
Okay. I won't tease anymore. I'll make sure to drink it, Mom.
Das sagt jetzt die richtige Mom. Before I can retort, she casts another look at the clock. I take that as a sign to finally end the conversation and my short visit. Short? Wir sind seit 20 Minuten dran. Und ich habe nichts Horrormäßiges gesehen. Just saying. With a small wave, I leave her alone to her classroom and her thoughts. Okay, ich weiß, wenn ich weniger geredet hätte, wäre es auch schneller gegangen. I hail a passing taxi to take me to the property as soon as I leave the school grounds. The mansion is some ways out on the countryside, but I don't have trouble giving the driver directions. Apparently everyone in Luxburn City knows of it, including every bit of rumor surrounding the place. In fact, just the mention of its name is enough for locals to give you cautious, sidelong glances. I learned it the hard way the first time I commuted here, and it only boosted my belief that there's something more to the house. Even the news of it being renovated and placed back up in the market has caused quite a stir. Thankfully, it died down a few weeks later. The place would have become a lot harder to sell otherwise. Wirklich? Sind nicht die Reichen und Exzentrischen ganz wild auf Spukhäuser? I avert my eyes from the window once the buildings shrink in the distance. We get a glimpse of the countryside soon, although a quick glance at my watch tells me we're still a few minutes away from our destination. Might as well get some work done. Rose did ask me to review the mansion's documents. I already looked them over last night, but you never know when things may go wrong. Life has ways of messing things up like that. Halfway through reading the papers, my phone rings again. I pick it up without looking, neatly tucking it between my ear and shoulder. It's probably just Rose again, anyway.
Rose?
Nein, Ash, steht da.
Guess again.
Wieso Fragezeichen? Da steht Ash. That voice.
Ash.
Bingo.
Hey, what's up?
Just checking if you're still cool later this evening.
You mean that thing with Zach?
Yeah. He even called in the middle of the night just to remind me.
No, don't worry. I didn't forget. I'll be there.
Cool. I'll see you later. What time do you get off?
Around 6 p.m. It's the first day of the Ermengarde Mansion's open house, and we're expecting quite a number of potential buyers. I'll be booked the whole afternoon.
Da war ich etwas schneller als Sie.
Ermengarde Mansion?
Ja.
You know, the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village. I'm on my way there right now, actually.
On your own?
Yeah, well, Rose is already there, but yeah.
Rose ist bestimmt schon tot.
I see. Looks like the scaredy cat finally toughened up.
Was zur Hölle ist eine Scaredy Cat? Sowas wie ein Angsthase?
Shut up!
Dieser Gesichtsausdruck. Entschuldigung. Ash chuckles and I can't help but roll my eyes upon hearing it.
I'll see you later. Drop me a call when you're done.
Guck mal, jetzt steht
I'll see
hier
if I can pick you
Ashhole.
up.
Oh, Entschuldigung. Das ist natürlich irgendwie witzig. Ashhole. In dem Moment, wo er sie geärgert hat, wurde aus Ash Ashhole.
Whatever. Bye.
Bye. Stupid Ashhole, always teasing me whenever he sees a chance. Oh, er mag dich. I'll show him who's tough. Yeah. Oh, ein Update. Okay, 17., 18., da ist nichts passiert. Und 19., 20., da gibt's gar nicht. Before going... Okay, da steht jetzt tatsächlich nur, was schon passiert ist. Also da werden jetzt keine Gedanken. Und warum ist hier ein Hilferuf drin? Will da jemand mal drauf reagieren? Egal. It takes a few more minutes until I finally reach the infamous mansion. I have to admit, the entire property does look wonderful from the outside. Yet despite all of this, it does nothing to hide that something is just wrong. The surrounding area is unusually quiet, and only the rustling of the leaves can be heard as the occasional breeze passes. While Anselm Village is just a few miles away, everybody keeps their distance on purpose. Perhaps out of fear the horror of falling under the mansion's curse. Somehow, it makes me feel sad. The lack of immediate human presence just makes this place all the more eerie than it has any right to be. If it's uncanny in broad daylight, I can't imagine how this place looks at night.
Are you planning to go inside that place, Missy?
I'm having a very deep voice, Missy. The voice nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Without completely taking my eyes away from the house, I give the driver a confused look. Nod. A beat passes while I wait for him to say more, but his only answer is a non-committal hum. Belatedly, it occurs to me that he must have been waiting for my payment. I mentally slap myself for spacing out and promptly hand him the fare with an apologetic look. I expected him to leave as soon as I've paid, but there's a hesitant expression on him, as if something hasn't been said yet.
Is there something wrong?
Look, Missy, I'm sure you've heard what the people are telling everyone about that place.
Diese Stimme.
Nobody likes to be disturbed when they're at peace, and I'm pretty sure whatever they say is in their house doesn't want to either.
They don't want to be disturbed.
I admit they did a good job fixing it up, but there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house Never lived in there despite inheriting it. No wonder they wanted to get rid of it.
Vielleicht haben die selbst noch schönere, größere Häuser.
Maybe they just didn't like it?
Oder das?
You never know.
You never know. He drives off after. But what he said has left a foreboding feeling in my gut. Verzeihung. I breathe out a heavy sigh as I approach the house. After hearing enough of the rumors, I should have expected the conversation to take that turn. But I'm already here. Backing out is completely out of the question. It's not like I have a choice anyway. If I want to get that bonus and commission one way or another, I've got to sell this property. The door is ajar when I get to it, however, while my own copy of the keys dangle uselessly in my hand. Rose must have left it open when she arrived. Sie ist ja schon reingegangen. Deshalb hat sie kein Profil und deshalb steht sie hier nicht. Sie ist tot. That's weird. Yeah. We may be the only people in this here this early, but I've never known her as someone careless. Entering what greets me inside leaves me gaping. They've cleaned every corner, waxed the floor, dusted the antiques, searched every nook, cranny and crevice, and made it spick and span. Spick and span? Nie gehört. All for the sake of making the mansion more enticing to the modern-day lords and ladies. But no matter how hard they try, the mansion still looks as soulless as ever. As though it's going to eat you alive. If you ask me, they should have just listened to what other people have been telling them and leave this place alone. Some things in this world are better left alone, never to be disturbed ever again.
Rose?
He's tot. I call out.
Rose, I'm here. Where are you?
My voice echoes softly throughout the hallways. Oh, who am I kidding? In a place this big, I don't think she'd hear me no matter how deafening the silence is. She could be all the way on the other side of the property for all I know. Oder tot. Quickly, I reach for my phone and dial her number. But...
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
What do you mean has not been recognized? Ist das die Entsprechung zu, die Nummer ist nicht vergeben? We were just talking a while ago. It's not like she has been eaten by the house, right? Or maybe the ghosts did hear us talking and spirited her away, right? Right? No, Isabella, don't be ridiculous. She probably just wandered deeper into the house and lost signal or something. Dann würde man aber zur Mailbox umgeleitet und würde nicht die Nachricht bekommen, die Nummer ist nicht vergeben, oder? I dial her number again, hoping the call will connect this time.
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
But to no avail. Oh boy, I have a very bad feeling about this.
Rose? If you can hear me, please come out. Come on, Rose! This isn't funny! You know this place gives me the creeps.
No answer. This isn't going to work. The place is big, she could be anywhere. Tot. I need to start looking for her. I take a deep breath before venturing deeper into the mansion. Taking a couple of steps forward, I notice something above the grand staircase. Ich habe da jetzt nichts gesehen. Habt ihr was gesehen? Da war so ein Lichtstreifen, aber der war da, glaube ich, die ganze Zeit.
What the hell? Rose? Rose, is that you?
Ich habe da jetzt wirklich nichts gesehen, ob da jetzt irgendwie ein Schatten lang gehuscht ist oder so.
Not funny! I'm leaving you if you don't come out! Not coming out, huh?
Fine, I'm going.
Okay, that's a lie. She's my friend, I can't really leave until I know she's alright. Du solltest, sie ist tot. Geh einfach. Growing desperate, I try to contact her number again. Come on, please give me something. Please, Lord. Yes, finally.
Hello? Hello? Rose, I'm here at the mansion. Where the hell are you?
She doesn't respond. There's also heavy static coming from her side. Ja, sie ist schon in der Geisterwelt. I sincerely hope it doesn't get cut off again before I can get an answer from her.
Rose, come on. Where are you?
A few moments pass until the static eventually starts to quiet down.
I'm attic.
What? The attic? Why?
Crap, it got cut off. Ich wette, sie ist nicht auf dem Dachboden. Oh, vielleicht ist sie tot. Auf dem Dachboden. Man, do I really need to go there? With how deep inside the mansion the attic is, there's barely any signal there. No wonder I can't contact her. Sie ist da nicht. Höchstens ihre Leiche. But why is she there? Out of all places, she has just to make me go fetch her in the creepiest room of this place. Is she doing this to get back at me for being late? Whatever, I'll just go. The sooner I meet up with her, the sooner I feel better about being here. I carefully make my way up the staircase. My legs wobble as I mentally curse the fact that I've chosen real estate instead of picking a career that doesn't involve strange abandoned houses. Upon reaching the top, the grand hallway greets me. Sehr hübsch. Oh, die Tür da steht auf. It branches out the two major wings of the mansion, the east and the west wing. There are two attics there, one on each side. But the east one has been converted to a storage room of sorts, and somehow I find it the least likely for Rose to wander there by herself. Besides, she never did like going into stuffy storage rooms. Aber auf Dachböden. So I head towards the west wing first, where a simple wooden door at the end of the hall opens to a small room. Inside is another set of steps leading to the second attic. Unlike the grand staircase, though, the stairs to the attics are steep and narrow, made of old stones and covered with a thick coating of dust that kicks up into the air with every step. Thank God it's still daytime. If it wasn't for the light streaming through the door behind me, I might easily stumble and fall. With how old the place is, there are no light fixtures to illuminate the cramped passage up. Why they didn't bother to add one here when they renovated escapes me. Sheesh, they did it with the rest of the house. A small bedroom welcomes me at the end. Hier haben sie aber nicht sauber gemacht. It looks exactly as it did since the last time I've been here, full of dust, worn out and faded by time. Yeah, no kidding. Odd, I thought they cleaned everything. Ja, das dachte ich auch. Did the crew miss this room? Cleanliness is the least of my concerns right now. The more pressing matter is Rose. Die ist tot. Ist bestimmt in dieser Kiste. She's not here. Kiste. Was I dreaming when I talked to her a while ago? Did I mishear her? No, it couldn't have been a dream. After all, the creepy ambience of this estate is doing such a remarkable job of making sure I stay alert and awake. And I'm sure she said she's here. Is this a prank? Or maybe that phone call was Rose's last message to me before the couriers got to her. Shut up, brain, you're not helping. Don't make this scarier than it already is. But if she's not here, then where is she? What the hell was that? That's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. We must have angered the spirits living here. I knew disturbing this mansion was a bad idea, right from the very start. Richtig. But nobody listened. Be fucking realistic, they said. They think I'm cuckoo because I believe in curses and ghosts and all that. Me and my outlandish backwater country beliefs. I always strive to be a model employee, but not this time, no. I'm turning back for the sake of my sanity. Briar Realty can find another agent who's more fucking realistic to tour people around this haunted house. Before leaving, I take one last look at the gloomy old room. Just to check.
Huh? What's this?
Die Kiste. Da ist Rose drin. My worries about Rose's whereabouts must have caused me to miss it when I first entered the room. But there's clearly something on the floor. It looks like...
A letter?
Lying on the ground just a couple of inches away from my feet. Out of sheer curiosity, I lean down and pick it up. Strange. I don't recall seeing this the last time I was here. A few days back, me and a few other agents inspected the mansions to prepare for today. I had been the last to look inside the attic and leave, and this certainly hadn't been here before. Someone must have left it in this room since then. Did Rose leave this for me? Was she here a while ago? I couldn't have missed her though, could I? There's only one set of stairs leading to the attic. The letter isn't exactly in pristine condition. In fact, it looks rather ancient. The paper is so thin and rough, I'm worried it'll fall apart if I so much as touch it. With great care I open it, and what I read shakes me to the core.
What? What? Oh my God.
Oh, guck mal, das ist der Brief, der hier steckt. Warum... Hä? Yeah, oh my god. Nothing but the words help me fills the page, all of it seemingly written with a crimson shaded pen. Oh, blood. I gulp. The same phrase just goes on and on until... Send this to 5 people or else.
Send this to 5 people or else.
Or else what? Kettenbriefe machen mir keine Angst.
Or else what?
Ja, or else what? Genau, Isabella.
Or else what?
Okay, sie wirkt etwas panischer als ich. As quickly as I can, I scan the back of the paper and peek into the envelope, to make sure I'm not missing out on a second page. But there's nothing.
No. Oh, please, no.
Es ist nur ein blöder Kettenbrief. My hands tremble as dread creeps over me. The room is suddenly getting colder. I need to get out of here. Folding the paper in half, the sight that greets me next has me frozen on the spot. Oh. Da braucht jemand eine Pediküre. Wow, eklig. A pair of blood-soaked feet enters my field of vision, covered in gaping wounds with skin eaten away to reveal flesh, bone and all manner of things one isn't meant to see. Ja, das ist wahr. Da hätte ich auch ohne leben können. It's too much. All of it is too much. I want to cry, call for help, but the words catch in my throat. Even my feet won't move, completely paralyzed out of terror. Close eyes and pray? Be brave and look up. Ich weiß jetzt nicht, inwiefern das helfen sollte. So kann man wenigstens reagieren. Ich weiß es nicht. Also, seien wir realistisch, wenn man jetzt einfach dann wegguckt und betet, kann es einen ja einfach greifen und umbringen. Komm, wir sind tapfer. Ich will es zwar nicht, aber... I need to face it. Whoever, whatever these feet belong to, I need to face it. Und einen Pediküre-Termin machen für die Dame, den Herrn. Ich würde sagen, das sind Frauenfüße, oder? Oder das, was davon übrig ist. And if I'm going to die? If they're going to kill me? At least I know what my killer looks like. Ja dann. A cold comfort. So with a deep breath, I summon every ounce of courage I have left in me and shift my gaze upwards. Oh.
Please, don't hurt me.
Ich weiß nicht, ob man mit der diskutieren kann.
No!
Without thinking, I scramble towards the door. Guter Plan. I struggle to open it, but it won't budge. Of course.
Stay away! Go away! Please, Lord, make it go away!
Why now? Why won't it open now? My heart sinks as reality dawns in. I'm locked in. Locked in with that thing. Muss ich irgendwas tun jetzt?
Let me out! Let me out! Lord, please, let me out!
It slowly approaches me as I wrench the doorknob violently back and forth. Achievement unlocked. Grasp the nettle und can't stop, won't stop. Ich habe jetzt nicht mit einem Quicktime-Event gerechnet, ehrlich gesagt. Ich dachte, ich muss jetzt wieder irgendeine dumme Entscheidung treffen. The door finally swings open and I couldn't have been happier. Happy ist jetzt nicht exakt das, wie ich mich fühle, aber okay. Wasting no time, I leap out the door and don't look back. My feet pound against the floor in rhythm with a loud, fast beating of my heart. Das hat mich so eingelullt, dieses ganze Drama. Ich dachte erst Horror, der ist ja mehr so Teenie-Drama, obwohl es alles keine Teenager mehr sind. Und dann auf einmal das. By the time I run past the hallway and find myself atop the grand staircase, my chest feels so tight, like it's going to burst. But that's nothing compared to the feeling of hope the sight of the exit gives me. Racing down the stairs, a breathy laugh escapes me, and my shoe slips and I find myself falling. Until my back hits the ground and pain wrecks my body. My head grows fuzzy and my vision dims as I fight to stay conscious.
No. Go away.
The last thing I see are those feet before all I know is darkness. Only to meet... Okay, mehr steht da jetzt nicht. Ihr könnt ja immer an der Stelle anhalten, aber eigentlich wird da wirklich, da sind keine Gedanken oder Gefühle notiert, sondern wirklich nur nochmal nacherzählt, was passiert ist. Okay, das ist dann wohl das Ende der Demo. Das ist nicht das Ende der Demo. Okay, ich bin verwirrt. Ihr werdet jetzt gerade eine Videosequenz gesehen haben. Die ist mit einem ziemlich coolen Song unterlegt, muss ich sagen. Also der ist echt nicht so verkehrt. Ist jetzt nicht unbedingt mein Geschmack, aber eigentlich ganz cool für so ein Spiel. Den werde ich euch aber nicht vorspielen können. Da müsst ihr euch die Demo dann selber runterladen. Ich verlinke die ja. Denn der riecht irgendwie nach Copyright. Es geht jetzt tatsächlich offenbar noch weiter. I start to rouse, pulled into consciousness against my own will. I've never felt this tired before. I just want to sleep, but the insistent buzzing, poking and prodding isn't letting me. My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't make me any more eager to wake up. Stimmen?
5 more minutes, Becca.
I sweat away at what is nudging persistently at my side. Come on! Can I just get a few extra minutes of sleep today? I promise I'll work hard once I'm up. A hand lightly taps my cheek. And something cold is suddenly being pressed at the back of my head. The icy sensation slowly spreads throughout the area, giving me an uncomfortable feeling.
Isabella? Isabella? Oh, can you hear me? Isabella?
Habt ihr übrigens gesehen, eine der Figuren, die zu sehen war in dieser Videosequenz, die stand dann hinterher neben diesem Bild und ich fand, er sah dem Typen, neben dessen Bild er stand, irgendwie ähnlich. Ich muss mal einmal... Ne, hier sind die nicht zu sehen. Hier, der hier ist das, glaube ich. Luke. Der sah zumindest in der Videosequenz dem Typen, neben dessen Bild er stand, dann sehr ähnlich. Egal. The fog immediately lifts from my mind the moment I recognize the voice and my eyes snap open. Oh, Rose ist gar nicht tot. There, looking down at me, is Rose. Another woman loiters beside her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent to even ask why there's someone else with her. Rose's posture screams worry, although she's keeping a straight face, or trying at least. I can't help but feel bad for making her fret. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lie back down again. Luckily, the feeling subsides after a few seconds, until only a mild throbbing somewhere at the back of my head remains. With a little assistance from Rose, I push myself upright. She hands me an ice pack and gestures for me to press it where I suspect a small bump has already formed, if the light ache in the area indicates anything.
All right, Isabella, where are we?
The Ermengarde mansion. Why? Ow, my head.
And the date today?
Ach so, sie checkt, ob wir eine Gehirnerschütterung haben.
October 21st? Rose.
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13, 12 teen. No, that's wrong.
Ja, das ist ein bisschen falsch.
Why are we doing this?
She's just checking if your injury is in any way serious.
Wer bist du, Frau Fragezeichen? This time I curiously regard the woman standing beside Rose. It's impossible to overlook her, with the way she towers over us. Ja, überragen. Die ist ein bisschen größer als... Okay, wie war das? Hannah ist irgendwie... nicht Hannah, wer ist Hannah? Ach, die hier. Isabella ist irgendwie 1,58 groß. Da überragt sie wohl so ziemlich jeder. So, Leute, ich muss jetzt mal eine Pause machen. Ich werde wahrscheinlich 2 Videos draus machen, aber ich werde die am gleichen Tag veröffentlichen. Ist jetzt entbehrt einer gewissen Ironie, dass ich hauptsächlich Demos spielen wollte, weil die kürzer sind und dann gerade ich offenbar die längste Demo der Welt. Aber ich werde jetzt eine Pause machen und ich werde das am gleichen Tag veröffentlichen. Also ihr könnt das am gleichen Tag sehen. Aber ich brauche jetzt mal ein Minütchen Pause und dann sehen wir uns später wieder. Jetzt erstmal danke fürs Zusehen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.